were celebrating the Harinama Sankirtan today. Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalu Kalanasteva Nasteva Nasteva Gati Anyata. And I'm very attached to reading from the Bhagavad Gita in German, but now to our audience is more or less not so much German, so I will pass this over for today, because for you it will not be as appreciable, obviously, but it is a very interesting rendering which was just published a few days ago. So if you do speak German, or you like to learn German, or in your temple in Czech, you must take those Bhagavad Gita for those German guys who go there, that they can also read it. And Ishavasya, did you already read it?
Not all.
A few chapters?
Gurudeva, is this the Bhagavad Gita Prabhupada? Is it Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita?
It is the spirit of Prabhupada. It is the Bhagavad Gita has a little bit different history. It's much older than before Prabhupada came here, but it has been revised in the spirit of Srila Prabhupada's teaching, so we can recommend it wholeheartedly. Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Jene Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vadati Swapadantikam. So we will have a surprise verse of today. Let's see, Ishavasya, you can open the book to see what surprise verse you're giving us today. This is opening, this is the special shloka Ishavasya has given to us today. Here we're talking about Prithu Maharaj meeting with the Kumaras. This is the 4th canto, chapter 32, text number 10. Naiva lakshya yate loko lokan paryatatopiyan yatta sarva drisham sarva atmanam ye syahetava. Prithu Maharaj continued, also you are traveling in all planetary systems. People cannot know you, just as they cannot know the Super Soul. Also he is within everyone's heart as a witness of everything. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot understand the Super Soul. Wow. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot understand the Super Soul. What about us? In the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Muyanti Yat Surayaha. Great demigods like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra and Chandra are sometimes bewildered trying to understand the Supreme Personality of God. It so happened that when Krishna was present on this planet, Lord Brahma and King Indra also mistook him. And what to speak of great yogis or jnanis who conclude that the absolute truth, the personality of God, is impersonal. In the same way, great personalities and Vaishnavas, like the 4 Kumaras, are also invisible to ordinary persons. Also, they are traveling all over the universe in different planetary systems. When Sanatana Goswami went to see Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could not be recognized by Chandrasekhar Acharya. The conclusion is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart, and his pure devotees, the Vaishnavas, are also traveling all over the world. But those who are under the modes of material nature cannot understand the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of the cosmic manifestation, or the Vaishnavas. It is said, therefore, that one cannot see the Supreme Personality of Godhead or a Vaishnava with these material eyes. One has to purify his senses and engage in the service of the Lord. Then gradually one can realize who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who is a Vaishnava. Adana api te danya shadava griha medhina yad griha hi arha varyambu trina bhumishvaravara. A person who is not very rich and attached in family life becomes highly glorified when saintly persons are present in his home. The master and servant who are engaged in offering the exalted visitor water, the sitting place and paraphernalia for reception are glorified, and the home itself is also glorified. Om Gyanatimindasya Yananjana Shalakaya Shakshun Militam Jine Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's a miracle if somebody can know something about the Supreme Personality of God. And we have seen that miracle manifest in our life. How much Srila Prabhupada informed us about the Supreme Personality of God. I mean, we got so much information about the Supreme Lord from the trusted source of a pure devotee that practically even a newcomer, even somebody who is just coming to Krishna consciousness in this world, he can repeat and give glorious exposés over the nature of the Supreme. By citing the Gita, by citing the Bhagavatam, by citing what Prabhupada taught us. And there's multiple shlokas to point out the Supreme Personality of God and His merciful interference with our life, with His capacity to forgive us, with His capacity to attract us, with His capacity to steal our heart, with His capacity to distribute His mercy all around the world. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in the name of, he is Krishna himself, he is Radha and Krishna in one person. And he gets us to chant Hare Krishna. Don't ask me how, but he got me to chant Hare Krishna. First time people started chanting Hare Krishna. Soon they met Prabhupada, they started chanting Hare Krishna. And the chanting is continuously performed. Even now, today, so many modern musicians are recording the Maha Mantra in some of their songs, giving some recognition to the original call from the Supreme. You see, the Supreme is giving His name. He's giving what makes Himself available. You can come in contact with the Supreme by chanting the names because He wants that to be that way. And He recommends the chanting. And whoever encourages others to chant is simply repeating the message of the Supreme. And when somebody starts chanting, then strange things happen. Extremely strange things. All of a sudden, he will not look at a piece of meat anymore. Sometimes we are surprised how difficult it is to convince somebody to give up meat, fish, and eggs. But when you chant Hare Krishna, you want to have nothing to do with this. You cannot tolerate the smell anymore. And you don't want to do anything which offends Krishna because you have a strong faith in that you are being accompanied by the Super Soul in your heart. He's right there within your heart. He's the Lord of love. He's come to give us Himself. Simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What do you lose? What's the risk? You chant and be happy. You chant and you can control your senses. You chant and you stop thinking that money is the most important thing in life. Other people in this world, to give up the attachment to money, very, very difficult. But when you come in contact with Krishna, all of a sudden you think and understand that Lakshmi is Narayan's company. So we are not against money, but we want to use it properly for Krishna's pleasure. We do not want to invest in vanity. We do not want to invest in competition in this world. Who is the biggest? Who spends more money for his capricious ideas? No, we want to do things for Krishna. So, very difficult to overcome the desire for opulence. Very difficult to overcome the desire for sexual satisfaction. Some people say it's difficult to stop smoking. And I know it's difficult to stop smoking. It is also true. But to give up the desire for enjoyment, to give up the desire for fame, and just do things for Krishna's, just Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's divine, intricate maneuver for convincing people in this world to come to his world, home, back to God. You know, in this world we always want to leave. We want to go to Los Angeles, we want to go to Bangkok, we want to go to Sri Lanka, we want to go always South France, lying on the beach, Mediterranean, nice climate. That's what we want to do, but we are so attached to the material world that we don't want to give up the material existence and go to the spiritual world. That we do not want. Even if we desire to go to other planets, we want it to be very comfortable. We want all facilities to be provided, just like in a 5-star, 6-star, 7, 8, 9-star hotels. But what do they provide? Comfort, sauna, swimming pool, bar, all kinds of food you can choose from. Maybe 20 different sorts of meat you can choose from, what you want to eat and what you want to drink. It's all included in the price. In this way, the material world is very enticing. Give that all up. You don't want to live in a comfortable house anymore? You don't want to own many properties in this world? It goes against the human nature of conditional existence. In conditional existence, we want to have these things. We want to be the enjoyer. We want to be the controller. And to give that up, it needs Vishaya Vinivartante Nirahalasya Dehina Rasa Vartang Rasupyasya Paramdishtva Nivartante. Even though you still have a taste for the material objects, engage yourself in devotional service. Control your desires, engage yourself in devotional service, and then you will eventually be fixed in consciousness. So, it's a real struggle when you chant Hare Krishna. The spiritual energy invades you and makes you float in this material existence with lightness. Just keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just keep chanting. Because this mantra is Krishna himself. What was the same? Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Siddha Nityamukta Binatvan Namana. It's okay. Ich hab's schon getauscht. That is so important. And Krishna and his energy, they are non-different from each other. Therefore, if you chant the name and pray to Krishna, Krishna will personally come and be there to guide you and to receive you. And if you make any mistake, Krishna personally will correct you. Personally, he will see that you will be put on the right path. Paramatma knows everything. Krishna knows every single thing. You can't hide anything from him. And he wants you back to home, back to God. That's clear. So when are you ready to go? Well, before that, he's going to send you all kinds of tests. You really want to go, or maybe you want something else. Maybe you want something in the material world. That's how Maya works. Maya puts in front of your nose that which is the test whether you want to go to Krishna or not. And then you have to pass the test. If you don't pass it the first time, you have to pass it the second time. Until you're ready to pass the test. And why is that so? Because if something else is more important than Krishna to you, then you don't deserve Krishna yet. So this is what we know in this material world. It's so funny, everybody knows you will own nothing in this world, but still we are eager. Did you buy a house? Did you have an apartment? Did you do this? Did you do that? How is it going? Did you open a company? Did you have the copyrights for your music? And this, everywhere it's a property. Krishna says it clearly, there's no property in this world. This is shloka, he says. Bhaktaram yagyatapasam. Sarva loka maheshwaram. Suridam sarva bhutanam. Gyatvam shanti vrichati. You have to give up the idea of bhakta, that you can enjoy. You are not entitled to enjoy. Yagya tapasam. And all austerities are meant for his pleasure, not your pleasure. Bhaktaram yagyatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. He controls all planetary systems, not only the earth. Every place in the universe is controlled by him. So what's your position? Little pipsqueak. What do you think? Who do you think you are? He controls everything. And then you say, oh my God, he's the enjoyer of everything, he controls everything. What's left for me? And Krishna says, Sudidam Sarvabhutanam. I'm your friend. What do you bother? I'm your friend, I love you. I'll be there with you, I'll help you. This is most beautiful. I'm your friend. Yatvamam shantim richati. If you accept that, then you can have peace of mind. Shantim richati. Automatically you will have peace inside. Is it what you want? Do you want to have that inner peace? And if you do, are you ready to accept Krishna to be the Bhaktaram, the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, the Suridam Sarvabhutam? Are you accepting that? Or are you defying him? Are you saying, no, I want to be the friend of everybody? Why Krishna has to be the friend of everybody? I also can be the friend of everybody. Yeah? What do you know about the well-being of others, the eternal well-being? You cannot even save yourself, what to speak of saving others. So, accept your position. You're a teeny little servant, dasa, anudasa. 100 times dasa. Then you do your service good, then we will have promotion will be applied for. If you're lucky, the one who's promoting you will recommend to the one who promotes him that, hey, there's this little guy there, now there are 100 people down. He's really nice, he's really trying. You better give some special mercy to him. So that means the servant of the servant, you know. You want to serve. You don't want to see Krishna. Just like we were reading today. You can't see Krishna. He can see you, but you can't see him. It's not possible. Unless he wants to reveal himself, and the process for that, all the rights are reserved. He knows when and what to do and to whom he wants to reveal himself, and you have no right to demand anything. If you like, you can cry. You're authorized to cry as much as you want. Prabhupada told one of my godbrothers, no, actually he said, Prabhupada opened a crying school. So we can learn how to cry. Cry for our lack of devotion, cry for our being so far away from Krishna, cry for having committed mistakes, cry for the mercy of the Vaishnavas, cry, because it's very interesting here. It says you cannot understand Krishna, nor can you understand the Vaishnavas. They are also very difficult to understand. Again, we are lucky. We don't have to understand the Vaishnavas. We just have to accept Srila Prabhupada as the topmost Vaishnava and follow him and do something on his behalf in this world. And the other day I met a devotee, he joined in 77, but he wasn't initiated by Prabhupada. So it was a little sad. He said, come on. He said, Prabhupada loves his children and his grandchildren and his grandchildren more than he loves his personal secretaries. He loves everybody and he is so proud of you. Prabhupada is proud of you. He's proud of what we are trying to do for him also. Unless we do something wrong, then he's not proud of that. But otherwise, he's so happy. He's proud of you guys going out making drama and preaching the glories of compassion and the holy name today. He's proud of you to sing in the streets. He's proud of you to take the books out. He's proud of the Bhagavad Gita in verse form. Krishna's proud of his devotees. You should also be proud of the devotees and worship them. Never be envious of the devotees, only be proud of them. Then you're lucky, because then you're always happy. If you're proud of the devotees, then you're always happy, nothing can disturb you. Nothing is for you a disturbance, because you know, oh, the devotees are doing this, how wonderful. Some people say, but it's so slow. Well, it may be slow, but it's going on. Don't be like in South America we say, camarón que se duerme, que se lleva la corriente. That is when the crab sleeps, then the tide will take it. So the crab always has to hold on when the tide is pulling out, no? So don't be a sleeping crab. Hold on. Then you will be protected. And how do you hold on? You hold on to the glories of the devotees. You hold on to their kindness and their varieties and everything they do. You hold on to this, you stay with the devotees under any conditions. Stay with them. Live with them, preach with them. If you cannot live with them, no problem, then help them from outside. But don't be critical of the devotees living in the temple. Don't commit that blunder to your spiritual life. They may have their faults and they may be able to do things better, no doubt. But don't commit the blunder of thinking bad or talking bad about the devotees who are struggling in the temples. And of course, those who are living in the temples also don't think bad about other devotees who are living outside the temple. Just admire the devotees in any way they're doing something. I know that's not easy because we have a natural competition spirit. We always want to compare ourselves with the other. Well, did he more better than me, or did I better than him? And this thing, does he like somebody asked Srila Maharaj, why is this devotee getting mercy? I can't understand. I know he has done many wrong things. Why is he getting the mercy? Srila Maharaj looks at him and says, have you heard about causeless mercy? Are you praying for causeless mercy? Yes, Guru Maharaj. Oh yeah? So you're praying for causeless mercy, now he got some mercy, somebody else, and you're asking, what's the cause? Why did he get the mercy? So you're not really praying for causeless mercy because you want that other people have. There has to be a rhyme and a reason to when they get mercy. But it's not that way. And when he cries for mercy, he may be more qualified for mercy than the one who had behaved himself absolutely perfectly. And he goes like, so Krishna, what about my mercy, huh? Isn't it about time? I'm waiting here so long. Krishna says, you've got to wait a little bit more, I think. And another person, oh Krishna, you never take me, I'm useless, I'm disqualified, everything went wrong, please, Krishna, Krishna. Don't look at me, but don't let me be lost, I want to stay with you devotees. And the devotee, he cries like that, and Krishna can, okay, my dear, take you back home. All the negativity is blown. So cry for Krishna, that's our real opulence. Don't cry about material losses. Cry for the possibility of having spiritual losses. And spiritual losses are very serious. There's a good reason to cry. Everybody knows why he should cry. Past, present, and future. And this crying is full of nectar. It's full of ecstasy. It's not the depressed crying, not that now you want to commit suicide. You just don't want to live in Maya anymore. And then you will say, my Lord, do whatever you want with me. Take me to you, straighten me out, utilize me as long as you want. The Bhagavad Gita, just before the battle of Kurukshetra, the entire Bhagavad Gita was spoken to humanity. To tell the whole humanity what is the proper conduct, what to do in difficult moments. All that was explained there. Lord and Master, please let me go in the path of your love. Everything depends on you. That is the prayer, that is the mantra, this is the intensity. Don't try to see God. Make him happy with what he hears coming from your mouth. You can connect with him. Just by chanting his holy name, you're absolutely connected. And by chanting more, you're more connected. And by chanting more pure, you're more connected. And will he give you an answer? Come on. He has already given you so many answers, so many times. Who are you to say such a silly thing if he has always been in contact with you throughout the day and the night and always told you what's right and what's wrong and all of this? Krishna, Krishna. So So we love you so much, we appreciate so much. And we are so happy all of you have come here on this holy occasion of meeting with Srila Prabhupada's family. And we really want you all to become bona fide representatives of Srila Prabhupada. That's my cherished ambition. What do you have to do for that? Just repeat what you hear from Prabhupada. Just do what Prabhupada asks us to do in many things. I'm sure you find something you like. Maybe sometimes we have to do things we do not like, but we are sure Prabhupada likes them. That's good enough. But then again, Prabhupada is also happy when you find something which you like. So, when you like to serve, Krishna will give you help. If you don't like to serve, it's more problematic. It's very difficult to get a ticket for laziness. Can you please let me go on this journey? What are you going to do for it? Nothing. I'm not to do nothing. When you probably they're going to say, I think you stay back here. We don't need the nothing doers. Always those who want to help, those who want to make themselves useful, those who are loving and service-like, they will be promoted. It's a fact. Krishna himself is doing all the time. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, if I would not do, the whole world would immediately become lazy. So I'm giving the example that something has to be done. And we don't know exactly what Krishna wants us to do next. Even that's a great surprise. I don't know what's going to happen in Mexico from the 1st to the 5th of Mexico. I really don't know. But I have the anticipation that something far out is going to happen. Just to continue our life of service, like we were explaining today. Positioning of our service. What is the importance of the temple? What is the importance of the sadhana? What is the importance of the Vaishnava Grihastha family? What is the importance of those who want to become renunciant? What is the importance of worshipping the deity? What is the importance of eating only prasadam and not eating food which has been cooked outside by those who are not devotees? All these things have cause effect. What is the importance to listen to classes? Sometimes devotees stop listening to classes, and they stop coming to the temple, and finally they stop everything. Because it's like that. So here we are thankful of this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Puts us into the clear perspective. And we are very lucky that Prabhupada came to our home. You know, if Prabhupada came to our home, you know, this is the Western world here. You could say in a way that's our home. And Prabhupada came to Hamburg, Prabhupada came to Frankfurt, Prabhupada came to London, he came to Paris, he came to Rome, he came to Caracas, Venezuela, he came to save us. So we are very lucky to have met and have been in the company of such a soul who has come here from the spiritual world to invite us. want to see the Supreme Lord? Then simply deliver your heart and soul to Him so that He can give you the eyes to see when He feels you're ready for it. And before that, don't make any fuss. Don't argue, oh, why are you not giving me a chance? Any questions from your side? Thank you so much for being here today and for continuing with the charismatic attempts of bringing people more closer to Krishna's lotus feet in so many different languages and so many humble efforts. Any questions? Then please have another kirtan. And while they're organizing the prasadam for tonight, for all of you. You have a question?
Maybe I would like to add, in the morning you have mentioned also the meeting with Guru Maharaj, and he has made his parikram around the altar, he made parikram around his god brother. It's actually a very good exercise also for people who are not spiritual. But sometimes when we don't stay in the temple, when we don't have this possibility to participate in morning and evening parties and program, then maybe it's a little bit difficult to make parikram, and it's also difficult to make dandavat. What you can recommend instead of that to maintain the body and to maintain the spiritual body? Because same time when we make dandavat, it's also good physical exercise.
Yes, and we recommend picking up garbage in the vicinity. So in Vrindavan we say every time you go down to pick up some plastic, it's like a small dandavats, you know. Dandavats Mother Earth, dandavats Krishna. Here's the garbage, let's take it away from this beautiful place where it's contaminating. Like that. Anyhow, you know. The answers for this question will come to the individual when he's ready for it. It's not very, cannot give a general statement for that. Krishna doesn't oversee, doesn't ignore the need of anyone.